Welcome back to Panoramic Mystery Events. This is episode 13. The pieces are all here. The countdown has reached its final stage. What began as whispers and tremors has now broken the surface. Our first event takes us to Tokyo, Japan. The time is 4:02 p.m. People start noticing something deeply wrong. Their reflections are no longer mirroring their actions. A man waves his hand, but his reflection remains perfectly still. A woman turns her head, but her reflection continues to stare straight ahead. Someone steps back from a window, and the reflection leans closer, as if trying to peer through the glass into our world. By 4:06 p.m., the phenomenon has gone global across the city. Every single reflective surface phone screens, car windows, puddles on the street, even the lenses of cameras filming the chaos all show the same terrifying deviation. Millions upon millions of reflections, all at once, begin to slowly tilt their heads upward, as if looking at something in the sky. This happens even when the real people stand frozen in place. Crowds panic, screaming, pointing, their phones capturing the impossible. At exactly 4:09 p.m., every reflection opens its mouth in a silent, collective scream. There is no sound. Justa sarid, horrifying expression of terror, frozen on their faces. 2 minutes later, a message appears, etched into every reflection not by light, but by a distortion in the image itself. The words are clear. He is above the ground. Then, just as suddenly as it began, it's over. At 4:14 p.m., all reflections return to normal. But a new horror begins for anyone who witnessed their own distorted image. They report a shared symptom, a slow, heavy breathing sound that follows them everywhere, a sound they can only hear when their feet are touching solid ground. Next, we move to Patagonia, Argentina, for an event titled The Lights That Fell Sideways. Satellite cameras detect what initially looks like a meteor shower, but these lights are different. They don't fall down, they streak horizontally across the sky, parallel to the ground. They glow an eerie blue, pulsing with intensity each time they pass over a mountain, a village, or a body of water, as if they are scanning the landscape below. Hikers caught in their path report a low, vibrating hum that resonates deep within their bones, a frequency matching the subterranean signals we've tracked since episode the 11. Suddenly, one of the lights stops dead in the air. It hangs there, suspended and humming. Then, in a move that defies all known physics, it bends at a sharp 90-degree angle and shoots straight up, vanishing into the sky as if being inhaled by something enormous and unseen. That night, chaos ensued. Compasses across the entire region spin uselessly. GPS systems freeze, and birds, in a terrifying display of unnatural navigation, fly in perfectly straight, unwavering lines out toward the ocean. A strange, deep red glow begins to bleed from the ground, tracing a massive fissure along the coastline. When investigation drones are sent to examine the site, they find something emerging from the earth. A structure, a shape the size of an entire city block. It's a handprint, but its scale is impossible, far too large, too wide, and too deep to belong to any creature known to this world. Our final destination is the Rubal Khali Desert in Saudi Arabia, also known as the Empty Quarter. Seismologists detect rhythmic, powerful shaking from deep beneath the sand. But this is no earthquake. It's a heartbeat. Massive, slow, and deliberate. With each pulse, the desert floor lifts, whoosh slightly, as if being pushed up from below by an immense force. Scientists deploy heat-mapping drones, and what they find is the stuff of nightmares. Buried to 800 meters beneath the surface, they see the thermal image of a colossal chest cavity, expanding and contracting. They see two long, arm-like structures reaching outwards, and they see a head-shaped mass tilted up towards the surface. At exactly 2:33 a.m., the same time as the anomalous events in episode 11, a devastating shockwave erupts. Sand explodes upward with incredible force, throwing tents, scientific equipment, and even vehicles hundreds of meters into the air. The ground cracks open, forming a perfect circle 5 kilometers wide. Inside this circle, the sand settles into a new formation, an imprint. It's a face. Its eyes are open, its mouth is slightly parted. The imprint pulses once more, and in that instant, Every power grid within a 900-kilometer radius shuts down. Every radio frequency from every station broadcasts the same chilling whisper: do not run. Episode 13 confirms our greatest fears. The entity is no longer underground. Reflections of our world are responding to its presence. Light itself bends around it. The Earth's crust is deforming to accommodate its arrival. The message from Tokyo, he is above the ground, ties all three events together. The being that has been rising since our very first episode has finally breached the surface. The world is now seeing and being seen by something utterly beyond our comprehension. Episode 14 will not be about tremors or whispers. It will be the beginning of first contact. Thank you for watching. If you want to follow what happens next, make sure you subscribe.